Both, we're addicted to coffee these days in this country, aren't we? Guess how many cups there are in here? 50,000. But that is an absolute drop in the ocean, a bean amongst a hill of coffee beans as regards to just how many we do drink. 2.5 billion every year in the UK. We only recycle around 1%. MPs want this nailed, sorted out by 2023. Why is it such an issue? Well, we've been doing this all morning. Forgive me if you've seen it before. This is they're a lot harder to rip apart than you think they are. A coffee cup, okay? Plastic on the inside to obviously make it waterproof. Cardboard on the outside to give it that rigidity. And the trick is to separate those two materials. If you can do that, and there are only 2 plants in the UK that are doing that, then you can recycle the material because it just becomes pulp, just like any other kind of pulp that makes paper, whether it comes from trees, whether it comes from cotton, and can then be turned into this, which is 100% recycled paper. This particular paper goes around the world to be used in packaging for luxury goods. Around 2.5 tons of paper, by the way, on that spindle, which interestingly is called a box. Who knew? Let's find out a little bit more. We're going to talk to Phil Wild from James Cropper here, the mill in Kendal in Cumbria, and also to Gavin Ellis from the charity Hubbub. Now, this is the sort of thing that you can do with your end product, isn't it? Some of it actually imitates plastic, so we solve another problem.
Absolutely. I mean, we saw a great opportunity with cups. You know, cups are going into landfill, and actually they're a fantastic source of high-quality pulp that we can use, so we can use it as a raw material. So what we've done is we've developed a process to extract the plastic from the cup. That then goes on to be reprocessed, and what we're left there is with the pulp that we can use to manufacture into products. And here are a couple of examples.
Just take the liner out there for us.
So this is a replacement for plastic.
I mean, it feels like plastic, but it's cardboard, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Works very well. And you can recycle into paper bags as well. How many cups would go to make this?
So this is a bag we're using. You see that you've got the cup cycling logo on there, so it's showing that it's got a cup in it. Every bag has got a recycled cup in that bag.
Yeah. Gavin, you've proved that this can work. We're doing it on a tiny scale, less than 1%, but you've run a couple of schemes that show us it can work.
That's right, yeah. We've run a scheme in Manchester and then in the City of London, in the Square Mile. So in the Square Mile between the 1st of April last year and the end of last year, we recycled 4 million cups. So I think it proves if the public are given the right facilities to recycle their coffee cups, and if it's communicated well, then they're happy to do so. What we need industry and government to do is make it much easier, introduce much more recycling facilities so that they can do the right thing.
Now this latte levy, this 25 pence tax, that's going to go down like a cup of cold. Well, coffee, really.
Yeah, I can't imagine that most customers are going to be too happy about having to pay 25 pence more, if indeed that is what happens. I think what we're going to be doing is trialling adding a levy to some, working with Starbucks, adding a levy to about 20 stores, probably smaller than 25 pence, more like 5 pence initially, and test how people react to that, and what else can encourage people to use reusable cups. So they don't have to pay that levy, and they don't have to use a disposable cup, and I think that's what we're interested in finding out.
And I know that's what the industry's been telling us. They give discounts to people who come back with those reusable cups. They're funding research. So there's quite a lot going on. The coffee industry tells us itself. Phil, one more quick one for you. As I say, you're one of only 2 plants doing this. Is it because it's just really expensive? Is there enough profit in it?
No, it's not really. I mean, we spent a number of years developing the process to do it. We've got a capacity to do about 500 million cups a year. In reality, we're only using a fraction of that capacity because the issue really is about the collection of the cups.
Yeah.
You know, so getting the cups from the retailers or off the street, bringing them to us, the more cups that we can have, the more we recycle. But it's really about the collection. That's where the challenge is.
Because at the end of the day, it's just a raw material for you, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's a brilliant raw material that we can use.
All right, gentlemen, thank you both very much indeed. As you can probably tell, work continues at the paper mill. This is running off here. As I say, that's going to go on to make boxes, I think, jewellery boxes. So incredible to think that just the humble coffee cup, humble yes, but huge in volume, can be recycled as long as the correct procedures are in place. And what the Select Committee of MPs, the Environmental Audit Committee, is saying is that 25 pence should go back into making sure that coffee cups can be recycled properly.